So now we've seen all 12 major scales, and these are kind of the simple versions. If there's 2 for 1, I kind of went with the easier one here. And the reason that this is so important is because now we have a full tool set. If we want to play music in that sounds nice and we want to make it in maybe this key of C major, we can write only these notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Don't use any sharps or flats, just these 7 notes, and you can make music. For example, if you remember Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star from earlier, we saw the notes were like this. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Like this. Oops. Maybe there's a rest there. I'll put the rest there, and then bum, 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 bum. And this is just the first part of the piece. So then, let's see, you got bar line, 4/4. Maybe we can do it this way. Simple quarter notes, super simple. Okay. But the point of this is this is in using the notes found in C major. If you look at these notes, this is C, D, or C, C, G, G, A, A, and G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C. And all of these notes are found right in the scale of C major. Now, we're not using everything, just like if you're a painter, maybe you have your palette like this, your thumb hole, and then you got like the different colors, right? And the colors go together, maybe like this, kind of like what I've done here. And these colors maybe look really good together, but you know, if you put like a really bad color with it, I don't seem to have one here, but if you put like a really bad color with it, maybe it won't look so nice. That kind of thing. So these notes, usually when they work together, when these 7 are played together in certain ways, then it sounds nice. You wouldn't want to throw like a G sharp in here. If you did that, that would sound very strange because there's no G sharp here. You would have to find G sharp in another key. Okay, so same thing if you wanted to make music in other keys or other scales, using other scales. Let's go with let's try B flat major down here. Okay, so maybe we'll start on B flat, and we're going to go like this. Now we're using B flat and A. I'm using only these notes, so I can make music using only these notes, and this is how you know. Sometimes you might want to play something and certain things sound good together and some things don't, and this is kind of the general reason why. If you want to play something in the major scale, this is how you know what your limits are. You wouldn't throw an F sharp in the middle here. You wouldn't put an F sharp here. That's just weird for B flat major. And the reason is because B flat major, based on the major scale formula, gives you these notes, so you wouldn't want to use anything else. So maybe B flat A, B flat, and then maybe a rest. And then you can maybe make it go down a little bit. So now we're doing A, G, A, G, A, rest. And I'm just making phrases up, okay? So these are just notes that if you want to make music in this, if you're trying to create your own music, this is kind of your toolkit or your canvas to work with. You have these things, this is your palette to work with, and you can make any combination of these, but only these. Don't start throwing new concepts in that don't really go with it. Okay, and then maybe a big ol' F. No, let's do this. F, rest, and then back to B flat major, B flat. Okay, we'll just end there. If you play this might sound pretty good. Okay, so again we have F, F, and B flat. Now you don't have to use every single note, just enough to make sure that you hit most of these. Now if you look at anything else, maybe B flat and F and G, these are all here, but look, A is not there, right? So A flat. Now the only one that this kind of actually works in of all of these is F major. So F major has the same notes. So maybe to be different, to make sure, you might want to throw the E flat in there too. Maybe you can throw an E flat in there as well. So we'll change this to E flat. Put a flat there and make this E flat. And now it's very, very clear that it's in the key of B flat major. It's no longer in this. Okay, straight down here. Let's do one more, and let's use bass clef just to keep things fun. Bass clef. Let's go with E. Okay, so we're gonna go E, F sharp, G sharp, and back down to E. And let's, because I'm using little 3 notes here, we can make this 3-4. This one was 4-4 again, but we can make this 3-4, so this is going to be 3, and then our bar line is going to be there, and we keep going. We got E, maybe we make jumps like this. Okay, and this is how you can start making random stuff, and you might be surprised what actually works and what doesn't, and you know what to tweak. Or if you're just playing your instrument, you can just play around, but you know, like, if you want to play in this one, if you just decide to play in E major or F or whatever, you know, like, stay away from all the other notes. Don't use them, and you'll probably be safe. This is very safe to stay in this. You can play anything you want in here, and they all just kind of work well together. Let me finish my example here. Oh, that's not correct, is it? Uh-oh, now I have a hole. B, there's no B sharp in E major. So we got E, F sharp, G sharp, E, G sharp, and B. Okay, so if you play these things, they'll kind of work, even if you don't really know what you're doing. It's kind of a good way to start practicing and exploring what you can do with the possibilities of the major scale.